Rapootney. Your Royal Highness, I want to kick off by asking you specifically a question that I asked to Vladimir Putin a year ago. Are you using energy as a weapon? It was a question that he denied, but there are people in Washington and in the White House who right now are looking at the cuts that OPEC Plus is making, and they are saying that this is an aggressive move by OPEC, and they're very, very curious to understand why this organization that they call a cartel is moving against the United States and Europe. And Mr. Secretary General, to follow on to that, when I spoke to you just a couple of months ago, you said you had an open door policy to European policymakers. Have they entered that door? Are you having those conversations with them? Because I have to tell you, there is a huge narrative coming from the West right now that OPEC, as you say, a band of brothers, but as they would say, a cartel, is attempting to hold the world hostage, just as Vladimir Putin has done when it comes to energy prices. Thank you, gentlemen.
Question, which I take pleasure of answering with a big answer. Show me where is the act of belligerence, period. Secretary General.
Your Royal Highness, back to your question, yes, I did say we have an open door. We have an open door. I'm waiting for someone to knock on that door. That's all I can say.
And you're still not getting anyone knocking on that door? Because a lot of folks would say that by this action, by these cuts, you are endangering global energy markets, you are endangering the global economy. What's the response there, sir?
If you permit me, Royal Highness, we are not endangering the energy markets. We are providing security, stability to the energy markets.
At a price.
Everything has a price. Energy security has a price as well.
It's a brand new wonder shared.
So that's what I want y'all to see. But we're gonna face the east, right? First and foremost, I like to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle GMS, who do well. Salute you brothers pushing this word. And truth, sincerity, strength, power, YAHAWASHI. And Shalom to you brothers and sisters growing in trust in spirit and power, YAHAWASHI. Shalom to you too, right? We are here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked, destructive kingdom known as Babylon the Great, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Rome, Assyria, all those ancient empires balled up into one, controlled by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, devil that the Bible speaks of, to bring confusion on the earth. And we are here to gather the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites by the word and power, strength of Yahweh Shai. Right? Now, you've seen the clip concerning OPEC. All right? Now, those are countries that basically distribute oil. And OPEC, one of the leading countries of OPEC is Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia is cutting oil production to where it will cause problems for the United States. In other words, it's going to make the gas prices go up, okay? Concerning gas and oil and stuff, it's going to make it go up. So OPEC, you know, like I was saying, Saudi Arabia is one of the leading nations in OPEC, and they are siding with Russia. Now, looking at the mainstream media, okay, they would have you think that Russia is in a bad situation, okay? But you got Saudi Arabia, OPEC country, you got Venezuela too, which America gonna try to go to Venezuela. And
what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, my man? You're gonna have America go to Venezuela, you know, and have Venezuela, you know, to produce oil. But Venezuela is part of the OPEC, you know what I'm saying, organization too. But why I'm saying what I'm saying is the reason why I'm saying this is because on the mainstream media, you got it projected to the world of the western part of the world, like Vladimir Putin is in a bad situation, they're in a predicament, right? But you got the OPEC nations know what's going on behind the scenes, and they side with Russia, okay? Saudi Arabia is in agreement with Russia. Now, why is that? And then you heard the reporter asking the leader, the prince, or king, whatever, however it is over there in Saudi Arabia, you know, are you using oil, you know, as a weapon? That's what she was asking. And that was kind of like avoiding the question. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like avoiding it, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But by them cutting oil, 2 million barrels, and maybe it's either 2 or 3 million, one of the two, but I think it's 2. 2 million barrels, by them cutting production of that, that's gonna raise the gas prices in America. So they let you know, look, it's a weapon. You cut, you know what I'm saying? So Saudi Arabia is leaning towards Russia. Now, you got Nigeria, okay, which a lot of people don't know what's going on in the world. And Nigeria is in Africa. And you got Nigeria leaning towards Russia, leaving France, okay? Leaving France. Now, France is part of the EU and NATO. And France is part of the 10 horns, okay, that you read about in Revelation, the 17th chapter, which shall hate the whore, which is America, Babylon the Great, okay? So you got Nigeria, siding with Russia, right? Siding with Russia. And I want to say, like I was saying, it's siding with Russia, and Nigeria is part of the OPEC nation. And I want to say, it's either let me see, Nigeria is part of the OPEC nation, but I think, yeah, Nigeria is part of OPEC. Brother looking it up. Yeah.
Nigeria, and then joined for the past 50 years.
Yeah, Nigeria is part of OPEC. Okay, so Nigeria is clinging towards, is clinging to Russia. Okay, but I think I might have it mixed up. It's either Nigeria getting away from France, or it's either Mali. One of them two. Or you can say Mali is separated from France. Anything pop up? That fucking Miley Cyrus. No. No, we talking about in Africa. But I might have it mixed up, man. But I know, you know what I'm saying, Nigeria is part of OPEC and they leaning towards Russia. And I know Mali, okay, is leaning towards Russia too, okay? Now, those are African countries, which people don't know nothing about that, okay? I want to say it's France, man. They separate from France, man. You know? But you people out there, you have to search it out. But Mali and Nigeria, yeah. It's you got anything, bro? No?
Mali still a French colony. Mali is French speaking.
Is Mali up under the French rule? So, okay, Mali, okay? Mali, so see if Nigeria up under French rule. Okay, Mali. Okay, it's Mali then. is Mali. Mali is separating, and Mali is separating from France, okay? And clinging to Russia. And Nigeria was up under British rule, okay? And they clinging to Russia. That's what it is. I knew it. Say, you know what I'm saying? Broke my bracelet, man. But yeah, but let me pick this up. Y'all bear with me. Say, mad at me. Yeah, cause bringing out too much information, bro.
Andrew Libovich in Washington, a policy fellow with the European Council on Foreign Relations. Thank you for speaking to France 24. First of all, I guess it's a question everyone is asking. What more do we know about these Russian forces in Mali?
Well, the truth is that we don't know very much for right now. There have been a series of reports and rumors circulating for several months now about a possible deal with the Wagner Group. But we should also differentiate between the soldiers that have reportedly been deployed, or the personnel that have been deployed to Timbuktu, which, according to the Malian government, are related to a deal to maintain and train personnel for helicopters that were sold to the Malian government, and this is a long-standing deal. And then there are other reports that have been a bit less confirmed about Wagner Group mercenaries being deployed in parts of central Mali and potentially even engaging in combat operations. So we do have to at least try to differentiate between some of these, but it's a very confused picture about who has actually been deployed, where they've been deployed, and even how many people or personnel have been deployed for right now.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to verify any of that information, as you were saying. Now, there has been anger in Mali about foreign involvement, notably with the former colonial power of France. How do you suspect Malians would be feeling about Russia's presence there?
Well, I think it's just, I mean, there's no homogeneous Malian opinion about these subjects, like on anything. Certainly there's a vocal minority who have expressed support for a Russian deployment, with some accusations, of course, particularly from the French side, that these protests or that these groups are themselves supported by Russians or Russian interests. I think the irony, of course, of all of this is that, at least according to the terms of the deal that have been reported, or the potential deal reported between Mali and the Wagner Group, this deal would supposedly entail the direct extraction of mineral resources from Mali, which is, of course, what the Wagner Group has done in other countries, but is an accusation that many in Mali have leveled against French forces for some time, that they're actually in Mali to supervise the extraction of resources. So there is a bit of an irony here, but I don't think there's any uniformity of opinion. We'll have to see what actually comes out of these various potential Russian deployments, if anything.
Yeah. I get it repaired. It ain't nothing. Y'all bear with me. Right? Let's see. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that we got all my pieces. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Mali, and that's wild, bro, because I broke my watch too. I broke my watch, man. I don't know how I done it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just broke my bracelet. I broke my watch, man. What's going on around here? Everything falling apart, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but Mali is separating from France. They clinging to Russia. Nigeria, they clinging to Russia. You see? And also, you see how these nations are clinging more to Russia because they know behind the scenes that the Russians are winning, and they want to be part of the winning side.
Right.
You see?
Right.
And Joe Biden them trying to figure out how they can go around the OPEC nations. You see? You know what I'm saying? He going to Congress trying to figure out how they can go around the OPEC nation to where OPEC won't use the oil as a weapon against America, the West, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And then you got clips out there that when Joe Biden, they asked him about Saudi Arabia, him going to Saudi Arabia and talking to, you know what I'm saying, the king of Saudi, the house of Saul. Now, I say this right here. In Saudi Arabia, the royal families, they crypto Jews, okay? They secret Jews. On the front, they practice Islam, okay? But behind the scenes, they in the Talmud and all this type of stuff.
Oh, straight up?
Yeah, crypto Jews, the royal family, okay? The royal family. That's what's out there. You can YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's what's out there. So I throw that out there for the Jakes, you know what I'm saying, that think I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I throw that out there for them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but you can see how these nations are clinging to Russia because Russia's on the winning. But in America, in the West, they're portraying Russia as they're losing.
Right.
Okay? Then Joe Biden went down there, talked to Saudi Arabia, went over there to talk to Saudi Arabia. All right? And when they asked him about it, he said he went over there to talk to them about Israel. Now you got Israel used Saudi Arabia airport for landing and to do missions or whatever they do over there. And then you got America military that's in Saudi Arabia, and you got Saudi Arabia using America defense weapons. And they was getting mad. There's videos out there that analysts was saying, look, well, we ought to take the American troops from over there. And within that conversation, because there was interviewing, they was talking about how Joe Biden was going over to Saudi Arabia and how he was dodging the question and how he mentioned about Israel and all that. So they was like, look, we should just take our missile defense system from Saudi Arabia and we should just move American military troops from Saudi Arabia. So they see the Saudis is turning, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They see that. They see that they finna be left on their own. Now, I hit you with this. America, matter of fact, let's get into the scriptures. Let's read that first. Romans 13.
Okay. This is Romans chapter 13. You said start at 13?
11.
Okay, 11. All right, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting or drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. Verse 14. But put ye on the Lord YAHAWASHI Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Okay, cut. Now start back up at the top.
All right, this is Romans chapter 11, verse Salakia. This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
So you see how the world is starting to separate from America and put pressure on America. And it's high time for you Negro Latinos and Native Americans to wake out of sleep. Come back to who you are, you know? Come back to who you are, recognize who your power is, which is the truth. The name of your power is Yahawah, and his son name, who the world enemy called God, his name is Yahawah, and who the world enemy called Jesus, his name is YAHAWASHI. And you, Negro Latinos and Native Americans, are the Israelites. So it's high time for you to wake up out of sleep and come back to your power, man, and embrace who you are. Because I'm showing you clips concerning news clips concerning how these heathen nations that was once allied with America is starting to turn on America and see, leaving America in the dark, okay? But you got the government officials trying to scramble and patch up relationships with these heathen nations that was once allies with them, and the heathen nations like, We ain't studying you.
Right.
We going east. We ain't going west no more. We going east. You see? And they dealing with China and Russia and India. You see? People like that. And they starting to leave America in the dark. So it's high time for you Negro Latinos and Native Americans to wake up out of sleep, because the heaven and falling in the sun is getting ready to do damage to this place. So you need to be in a good position in the you know what I'm saying, in a good stance with YAHAWASHI, that he may deliver you out of this coming calamity that's finna come to America and the rest of the world. But this place that we in now, Babylon the Great, got a big old target on it, man. Okay? Got a big old target on it, man. And it's time to wake up out of sleep, man. You know? Because you Negro Latinos and Native Americans are asleep, man.